Hi all, Nick Watts here for We Love Betting again. It's Saturday night, would you believe, that I'm recording my video this week. I've had a hectic week all round, and so I'm just kind of putting my feet up this Saturday. I've been slumming around the house watching football all day, which is not a terrible way to spend your Saturday, I suppose, is it really? I've got 3 more Premier League picks. They haven't been going obviously fantastically well of late, but I'm going to plug away for the last 2 games of the season, see what you make of it, and ultimately make up your own mind. I'll get stuck right in. I'm going to go with Everton-West Ham as my first game. Fascinated to see what the Moyes effect is on Everton this week, to be honest. Really want to see how these players respond. Haven't got an awful lot to play for, have they really? Okay, there's this whole finish above Liverpool thing, but they're 5 points ahead of them, and how much motivation is that really when there's no European place at stake? Nothing really left in their season, and now their manager's going, so not an awful lot of reason to feel like they really need to go out there and impress. They might have a positive reaction. I'm sure it'll last for one, and we'll see. What I have noted from their recent form is a run of under 2.5 goals, which is 7 of their last 8 games. I've paid that out. They've kept 6 clean sheets in that spell, so it's been largely down to their defensive efforts rather than a lack of goal-scoring prowess. And their last 4 home games have actually 1-0, so wouldn't be surprised at something similar here. It's actually led me to unders though, in as much that, as I've cited before the season, West Ham's away attack is absolutely awful really. 11 goals scored all year, albeit the last one being very costly for me, Andy Carroll scoring against Man City. That's the worst in the division. They failed to score in 10 games, 8 of those have been away from home. So I can't see an awful lot of goals in this game. West Ham aren't a bad side defensively, and if there's any question over Everton's motivation, perhaps they won't be the goal scoring force they're capable of being either. So at 5-4, I thought that was a great price, to be honest, for under 2.5 goals. Second game then is QPR Newcastle. Interesting this one in that QPR obviously played Arsenal last week, a side that went 1-0 up and then got a bit nervy because they've got stuff still at stake. Wouldn't be surprised if a similar thing happened here really. Newcastle probably a tad short for me really at the sort of 7-5 mark. It's not a terrible price, but they've won once away all season, so I'm not exactly rushing out to back it. It's kind of smacks of this need to win pricing to me, which as I expressed last week, not really a fan of backing a side just because they need to win. There's got to be more reason than that for me. Newcastle, you look at their scoring record of late, they scored just 2 goals in 6 games. That's the fewest over the last 6 of any Premier League team. The return of Colaccini seemed to work quite well against West Ham, seemed to shore them up a bit, and I think that's going to be the basis that they come to QPR with really. They certainly can't afford to lose this game. You've got to think they've marked it down as the one to win, but I don't see them going gung-ho whatsoever. QPR themselves, they've gone 4 games without scoring. 61% of their home games have paid under 2.5 goals, so you can see where I'm going here with this. Just to add to that, QPR have actually failed to score in the most number of games of any Premier League side. That's 15. Newcastle, like West Ham, actually have failed to score 10 times. So under 2.5 goals at 19-20 for me. Could be Newcastle who nick this 1-0. Could be 0-0. Could be 1-1. Who knows? But I definitely think that unders at that sort of price is a decent bet. Third and final then, it's Sunderland v Southampton. I've been back and forth with this fixture. Not the easiest coupon to pick 3 bets that I felt really confident about, but this one just felt a bit logical really based on the records of these 2 teams. I watched Southampton at Spurs last weekend, was massively impressed by them, I have to say. I really felt they deserved more than what they got from that game. I guess, that's what a player like Gareth Bale brings and why he's Player of the Year, because he can separate teams on those sort of days. Sunderland, of course, their host, missing Fletcher and Sessegnon, and I think it showed in the last game against Stoke, really lacking that creative flair going forward. So I guess if I was looking at the draw no bet market, which I think when I looked up earlier was sort of 5-6 each of 2, I'd be going with Southampton every time here, but For me, 9-5 in your home pitch, Sunderland just seems quite big. I'm not really a huge fan of what they've done so far, and as I say, those injuries are really significant. But at the same time, 9-5 for a home team, it's not a price you see too often between two relatively evenly matched sides. Their records, though, is what led me to the draw. As I mentioned there, Southampton 1-3, drawn 4, lost 1 away to bottom half sides, so just a 1 defeat. Sunderland 1-2, drawn 5, and lost 1. Likewise at home to that same group of teams, and I think that's really significant, the fact that these two sides have drawn as much as any other result, if not more so, against sides around them, really. So on that basis, being the biggest price at 11-5, it's reeled me in here. It's the biggest price. It suits both in many ways. I think they'll be happy to take a point each, really, and just sit back and hope that Arsenal can beat Wigan on Tuesday night and see them safe. So in that sense, it makes a lot of sense at 11-5. Just the three bets then very quickly. I'm going Sunderland Southampton, the draw at 11-5. I'm going under 2.5 goals in both QPR Newcastle and Everton West Ham. The QPR Newcastle one is 19-20 and 5-4, the chunky price for Everton West Ham. Good luck, guys. I definitely need to get back on track before the season ends, so I'm hoping for a little myself.